Okay? So I got 4 more tickets for 4 more people. So the first number is going to be 0282. Oh, I heard somebody say, oh, baby. One of these two. 0282. Oh, come on down. Okay, the next number is going to be 0265. 0265. Who is it? 0265. Okay.
You got the ticket in the back. Bring the tickets out here. You got the kids' tickets.
Oh, okay. All right. So you go over here. Stand over here next
She get to him. She get
Okay. So the next ticket is going to be 0286. 0286. All right. Okay, the last number is going to be 0277. All right. Here you go again. You ready? Okay. Thank you, man. So this next icebreaker, we have some random questions in our boxes, okay? So we're going to pick a question and y'all going to give me your answer, okay? Thank y'all for participating.
The question is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? I would live at home, because that's where all the food at. So, yeah.
It says, what have you learned recently from another Christian? What I learned from another Christian is, like today, be yourself, not be anybody else. Don't think about anybody else, what they say. Just be you. Yeah.
All right.
Mine says, do you ever feel lonely? When do you feel loved? Why? I mean, honestly, sometimes I may feel lonely, but when I do feel love, it's by my family, my siblings. We're closest, so church generation, of course, my family right there. That's my second family right there. Like, honestly, I would not feel as loved if I did not meet them, so yeah.
All right. All right. You try to read the question. You can't read the question. They don't read it before you pick it. No. Pick the right one.
The one you want.
He picked the right one.
Roll.
What out the door at 2? Right. Those on my tree.
Okay. Okay.
So I have gift cards to Chick-fil-A this time for all my participants.
Can I get your gift card?
Amen. You say you gonna stay at home? We got some roast potato in it. Amen. Amen. So I neglected to ask: is there any more ministries that would like to minister today? Any singing groups or other dance groups besides what we know of here today? I don't want to overlook anybody. Any more ministries? No?
Okay. All right, so this time, we're going to get up, we're going to move around a little bit, okay? I need y'all to, I'm watching, because you know we're giving away stuff, right? So you never know who's going to see what. So at this time, I want you to get up and move around, and we're going to get the music pumping up, because this is an explosion, not those sitting down and being still. So everybody get up, get up, get up, get up, and let's get the moving. Let's get the moving, right?
Come on, move. You got those hands.
All right, come on. All right. Thank y'all for participating. Thank you. All right. So at this time, I'm going to bring up someone that I actually seen speak a couple times. Never met him personally. The first time I seen him speak was at a mentoring group at Deer Chase Elementary that my son was participating in a couple years ago, and he just caught my attention. I love spoken word, and he's awesome. I really like him. I follow him because what he speaks is the truth. It is through poetry. So something new. I mean, well, y'all listen to rap, so that's kind of like poetry, I guess. Maybe. Okay. but this person's name is Anthony Carter. Like I said, I follow him on Facebook. I've never personally met him until today. But I want you all to just give him a round of applause, because I promise you he's going to intrigue you about what he has to say. So at this time, I want to welcome Anthony Carter.
Call me by my government name. Make sure my warrants is not on the books or anything like that. You got my face on some junk, man. I'm just playing around. I talked to you, and I was going to do, we discussed about doing 2 pieces, but I'm going to do one. And the only reason being because I do want to say something to the young people before I get into what I'm going to say poetry-wise. So we just got done doing a panel discussion about, is the church relevant? Why, I hate the way they say this, go to church. The church is extremely relevant.
Yes, sir.
If you don't think it's relevant, look at the chaos that we got going on in our world today.
Right.
We have to be, what Unique said, the light of the world. But one thing I want to encourage my young people to do, one thing I want to encourage you guys to do is this. At the end of the day, formulate a relationship, yes, with Jesus Christ, but if you want to stay sustained, also you gotta have a relationship with each other. And it is very vital that our older generation people, our young at heart people who's like 900 years old or more,
All right.
let them have their fun, but let them have a relationship with each other that formulates a great bond that they'll have when they're my age, 37. We're losing a lot of young people to a lot of stuff out there that is unnecessary simply because we won't give them an avenue of expression, proper education, and proper love. You'll be amazed at how many young people are hurting, but because you didn't take the time out to really have a relationship with them, you didn't know that they was about to walk away from Christ simply because you didn't have a relationship with them. So don't just train them up with the whip, the lash, and we're going to do this, but train them up with love. Amen? Amen. Now to this mask off. Here we go. All right. So now to the mask, right? So this poem right here, it was written mainly because of some stuff I was kind of going through with my faith and stuff like that. And sometimes you got to take inventory of who you are as a Christian. Sometimes you really got to take inventory of your faith walk. And once you take inventory of your faith walk, if you do it through the scriptures, the Holy Spirit will guide you to what you need to read to understand what you need to do. And so often what I found out about myself is when I take the time out, or not take the time out, when I find myself inside amongst you guys, or amongst my fellow brothers and sisters at the congregation that we attend at, I want to back up because I'm being judgmental of my other brothers and sisters. Not realizing that for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And I'm just as wrong as the next man I sit next to. So instead of being judgmental, I have to learn how to show grace and mercy because I want the same thing returned back to me, right? Perhaps I've been approaching this walk with God from the wrong angle. You see, I thought, just take a few of them Christian catchphrases, that we can lift up holy hands to blend in, but then again, I don't want to be looked at like the rest of you fake praises. So I talk Bible like it's a recital. I'm just trying not to expose my hidden idols. But I think it's time that I come to God inside a casket. I mean, how else should the dead dress for revival? And it needs to begin with me. Lord, I need you to loosen up the seams that man can't see. I'm talking about the ugly stitchings of a righteous ego. Because see, I thought I was dressed to impress, fine linen, steam pressed. That just meant underneath my soul with sweat. Look, bro, I'm a sinner in church clothes. Tailor-made, I'm a church pew model. I treated worship service like proper posture and social poses. Lip services like God won't understand my prayer unless it sounds like the King James Version wrote it. So tell me, what's a saint to a sinner when the only thing that makes them different is a drop of innocent blood that's not even yours, it's at a baptism river? Don't we all fall short? But who I'm fooling when I'm just using that scripture as an excuse to cover up the evils that I do? I mean, we all got skeletons in our closets, right? Some just get a little nervous when they come to sit down with you in the living room. Not me. I'm going to dress mine in the bow ties and wingtip shoes. I'm going to call him my Uncle Jody. Don't worry, be cool. Uncle Jody came to the church picnic going off liquor. I know he going to act a fool. But what would I hold my head down in shame for when just a couple of years ago, I was actually the one in Uncle Jody's shoes? Oh, and side note, to you old ladies who keep talking about these young girls having babies at a wedlock, you do know the only difference between you and them is that you didn't get caught. I mean, you see how all of a sudden us saved souls can flip mode, but riddle me this. How many of your own skeleton bones are you willing to choke on before you default that mansion in that robe? You may get into heaven like a casket full of maggots being dragged down the streets. So go, so tell me. What is the church supposed to be here for? Is it not to dig a diamond from out of the coal, the second the crust of a man's soul, expose and let light be whole? Look, man, I'm trying to change souls. Break the bonds and give it back to God to give him praise. What you think it was made for? So if you see me walking a little funny to the altar of God, don't be so quick to judge me. It's just been a minute since I actually walked with my own skeleton bone. Because what I found out is those skeleton bones is no more than my hidden story. So why don't you unlock the closet and let God breathe life into them dead man bones so you can walk again? That's a living testimony. All
right, so at this time, we're going to do another icebreaker, one more icebreaker, and then after that, we're going to bring up a guy named Asani that is actually a friend of Mr. Cotton. So I'm going to allow him to introduce him and let him tell you what he's going to do today. Amen?
Amen.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I know y'all having a good time. I ain't even gonna ask you if you are. I see how things are moving in here, and the spirit is high, so I'm not gonna bring it down with a lot of talk. This next young man who's gonna come after we do this icebreaker, I don't really have to introduce him. He's gonna introduce himself. What I'm gonna tell you is he's a fine young man, an engineer at my job over at Kimberly-Clark. And you know how when you meet somebody and those spirits connect, you know how everybody say game recognize game? Okay. Well, you know, spirit recognize spirit. And that was the first thing that I was able to see about him, and didn't even have to ask if he was really a child of God. So right after this next icebreaker, as the ladies, the sisters are coming, The next voice that you'll hear will be that of Brother Husani. Brother Husani. Amen.
Y'all know we give away good stuff, right? All right. So we ain't gonna. No. You. No. Okay. No. The next number is 0280.
That's me.
No, that's not. All right. Okay. The next number is 0266.
Okay, nephew. Okay, nephew.
Okay, the next number is 0272. All right. Okay, and the last number is the That's why I don't fool with you, Mariah. Okay, so we're gonna again pick some questions out the box, and y'all are gonna answer them, okay?
I can answer the question.
So this says, who has been the greatest influence in your Christian life and why? I honestly would say my mom or my dad, but I think I'm gonna say
She got a lot of them, boy. That's all
Right.
right. That's a good thing.
I'll say I'll say my dad, because he's like down to earth, so it's like easier to approach.
Okay.
All right.
One time for the man.
Amen. Amen.
It says, if you could change places with someone, who it would be? It would probably be my dad, because he's a priest and I really love to speak in front of people.
That's all right. My dad.
Just like my dad.
It says, what activities are you involved in outside of school, and what do you enjoy about it?
Don't say YouTube.
Activity.
I'm involved inside the Experience Ministries. I enjoy a lot about it. Keep me out of trouble. Just feel like home.
Amen. That's all right.
What will be your dream job? Honestly, I don't know yet.
Okay. That's all right.
If I had to pick, it would be an engineer.
Okay. Amen.
Amen. Thank y'all for participating again. Amen.
All right. Thank y'all for having me. The reason why Chris and everybody, even I struggle with my name, is it's a little awkward.
And love guap.
Thank you, buddy. My name is Busani Lebwa, spelled N-L-E-B-G-W-A. You're like, there's not enough vowels in that name, man. And so, for background purposes, I came from Africa, a country called Zimbabwe. So, y'all know what map? It's the bottom part of Africa, right above South Africa. I grew up there, my parents are from there. So I've been in this country since 1995, about 96. And so came here to go to college, go to school, and now I work here in Beach Island, South Carolina with Minister Chris Cotton. So I'm grateful to be here to just kind of talk to y'all a little bit about choices. And really that the time is now. The time is now, and I heard a lot of things today already about how many dreams, right? Kids have dreams about what things they want to do, who they want to be. We all have these ideas, right? And so I want to get into how do you get to the dream that you have in your heart right now. And so right now I want about 8 volunteers, 8 kids. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You ain't got no Chick-fil-A. All right, All right. Spread yourselves out right here real quick. Okay, and I'm going to give you a card, and you're going to tell the crowd if you're interested in this item. I'm not saying do you think you would be interested in doing it, all right? What does it say?
Beach vacation.
Would you be interested in a beach vacation?
I would, yes, sir.
Yes, you would? All right, hold that up for me. What's this say? Who's that? Not sure. So this is be a game changer. This is Barack Obama, ex-president of the United States, right? Would you ever want to be a president? Maybe you think about it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. How about right here? What's this one say?
Visit or live Paris.
Paris. Would you like to live there? Check it out. Yes. All right. Show the crowd. Show the crowd. All right. How about this?
Go to an NBA game.
Would you like to go and do that?
I would.
Like go see Steph, LeBron play?
I would not see LeBron, but I see Steph.
Let's see. All right, how about this?
Visit Egypt.
Like to visit Egypt? No? That's okay. Anybody in the crowd like to visit Egypt? Yeah, okay. Cool, you can hold it up. Let's see, let's try this.
Visit or live in New York City? I will go with no. It's too many people.
Too many people? Anybody interested in visiting or seeing it? All right, last one.
Try a hot air balloon. Yes.
All right. So all of these things up here are options, right? These are different things in life that, you know what, you can experience. You can go on a beach vacation, you can become a president, go to Paris, go to NBA game. These are all things that we have in life to enjoy, right? Or to be serious and actually do something in our community. But these are all options. That's right. Everybody don't get the option to do any of these things. The reality is, the option to have these as an option for you, they start now as a youth. They start now. It doesn't start when you become 20 and you start making your own money and you're 30. No, those choices start right now. And I'm going to show you all why it's so critical that right now you start thinking about what options you want available to you when you get older. All right? So thank y'all. You have to put those over there. Let me get 3 more volunteers real quick. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Come up here. All right. What I need you to do. Come up here. And I want you to hold this in. Alright? I need you to hold it from the side. Alright, cool. Alright, and young lady, if you don't mind, You're going to roll this out, slowly but surely. It's going to go along. In fact, you might stand way over here. Way over here. All right, cool. All right, here we go. And what you can do is just keep rolling it out. So this is a timeline. This is a timeline of your life. So stop right there. Let's hold this up. Hold it straight. How old are the teens mostly? Between 10 and 20? Right? So most of y'all are between 10 and 20 years old. Most of y'all middle school, maybe high school. And at this point in your life, you're making a major decision that's going to affect the options that are available to you in this life. All right? In this life, you're going to make a decision. Hey, am I going to continue my education? Or am I going to, decide, school ain't for me, I'm dropping out of high school, dropping out of middle school, whatever it may be. The statistics say every 30 seconds, somebody decides to drop out of high school. Just in the time I talked up here, about 4 people already dropped out. In the United States, every 30 seconds, somebody decides I'm dropping out. I'm going to tell you that's not going to be any of y'all.
Right.
After today, there's not going to be any of y'all. I'm going to show you why. All right? So, let's say, because I know all of y'all are smart, and I heard some of the dreams y'all got, y'all decide, you know what, I'm going to stay in school, I'm going to complete high school. Complete high school at what age? 18. 18, you out, you getting it, I'm feeling good about myself, and you're like, you can make a decision, right? After you graduate high school, you can decide, school's it, that's all I can take. I'm ready to do something else. Or some of you will decide, you know what, I want to continue and do more education. I'm going to college, do my thing. All right, keep rolling it out. Let's go with 30. Probably about age 30, you are done with school. You probably went to college, got your MBA, whatever it may be. But pretty much your schooling career is over, and you are now grinding. You are working in the world, trying to make it on your own or with your family, whatever it may be. Trying to make something of yourself, right? Okay, so how long do you think people work? No, how? So from age 30, until when will you be working? Wait, how old will you be when you retire? 60. All right, young man, you're going to come right here. Stand up top there. All right, hold that in the middle for me. All right, let's roll out to 60. Yeah, let's go. 60. All right, remember, most of y'all are right here. You're right here. And so you gotta then decide, now you're working. From here on 20 to 60, what's the retirement age? Yeah, it may not be, right? It may not be, all right? The official retirement age, I think for men is 67, or something like this. It's gone up to 67, the official retirement age, right? And so you're talking about working from 20 to 65, right? So what type of work you do is dependent upon the decisions you make right here. Right here between these ages is what the decisions you make right here will affect what all of this life looks like.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
You gotta make that decision. Now, when you hit that retirement age, what happens? You just go to heaven?
No.
You don't just go to heaven if you accepted Jesus Christ. Hey, I'm retired, Lord, I'm ready to come. No. No. You gotta keep living.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Even after you decide, some people say never, right? You may not be able to. And so, I've not anybody put their age out there. We're gonna ask the youth, who's the oldest person you know? Alright, nobody in the room, I'm gonna ask your mom's age. What's the oldest age of the person you know? 94. Let me get another young man. Come hold this up right here. Hold this up right here. 94. How about anybody else? Anybody know anybody else older than 94? Older than 94? 98. Let's roll that out. The reality is, we're living longer because we're making better decisions health-wise, some of us, and some of us need to. You can just hold your hand out, keep going, right? there's a possibility you may live to see 100. And so even when you retire, you still got more life.
Jesus.
And the decisions you make right here affect all of that.
Right.
What all of that looks like. Now, this is the good thing about life, right? You can decide, hey, I made some bad mistakes here, and you can make some corrections and turn things around. But you still gotta, because you made the wrong decision, you're behind. And you still gotta make up for it. And so the time is now to decide what type of life you want. So that when it's time for you to be on your own and mama and daddy ain't there to take care of you all the time,
Come on now.
you're ready to live the life you want. Not the life that is put upon you because of the decisions you made. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about, is how do we get to that point. All right, I'm going to make y'all roll it up. Y'all can just put it over there. I'll roll it up later. Thank you very much. All right, so because there's the three major categories that affect what that looks like, I'm going to have three people come up here, and I'm going to show you how these options are affecting us. Three people haven't come up yet. I'm going to tell my older folks, they ain't come up yet. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right. Okay. I won't be biased here. You can pick the color. All right. Okay. Show the crowd. My man right here is going to be the college grad. I got a high school grad. I got a high school dropout. That's going to be you and all. Get out of there. This is good. This is good. You made it. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go through, and we're going to show what kind of jobs are available. Options, right, for these folks. All right, and we're going to ask the crowd. You guys are going to participate. So, of these three things, what is the minimum educational requirement in order for you to have this opportunity? I'm talking about the minimum, right? You may still need to get a certification here and there, but minimum, they're going to say, look, before you can even get the certification, you need this. All right? So, who can be a waiter? Can a high school dropout be a waiter? Yeah. Oh, before I even start that, I say, yes, you can. How about a high school grad? Yeah, you can do that. How about a college grad? You can do that too. Now, let's keep this in mind before anybody gets any ideas. Every job out there that is honest living is cool.
Amen.
You do not put down anybody for any job they do. They honest and grinding out there. I don't care what it is. That is honorable work.
Amen.
Okay? And there's no job out there when somebody is doing it and honestly putting food on the table and taking care of their family, you don't poo-poo that job. All right? Okay? So what I'm saying to you, this option here is to say, you know what? Don't make that job be forced upon you as your only option. Is what I'm trying to get to the point on here. So this does not drown any job we talk about. All right, next job, military. Who can join? Can a high school dropout join the military? No, they require you to have a high school diploma or a GED. I don't know if the GED even qualifies. All right, so military, high school grad? Yes. College grad? Yes. All right. Put that over here for you. Can't do that. All right, how about a teacher? Teacher, high school? No, can't do that. High school? No, you need college. You need college. You need college.
That's all right.
All right, so go for those out. All right, how about a video game designer? Y'all like playing them video games, then you're gonna design by yourself, you know? Video game designer, high school dropout? Yes. High school dropout? For Google to hire you, high school dropout, maybe you own your own company, maybe. But high school, you're gonna need to get you like a computer science degree or something like that, in order for them to even hear you get your resume, right? All right, NBA player. I know some of y'all got game. You got NBA aspirations. High school dropout? No. Not right now, right? They're gonna have to wait till they're like 21, I think, or 20, or you gotta go to college for at least 1 year.
Right.
So really, he can't just drop out and say he's gonna go to the NBA. That's not gonna happen. High school grad? Nope. You gotta at least get 1 year of college, or at least wait a couple years, right? But a college grad can't.
Yeah.
All right. How about janitor? Can he be a janitor? Yeah. It's all right. Nothing wrong with that. He be a janitor?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure he can. How about college?
Yes.
He can. All right, let's go this way. Doctor.
No.
No. Doctor?
No. Yes.
All right. Let's see what else we got here. I'm gonna bypass some of these. Maybe go a little further. All right. How about a mailman?
No.
Can be a mailman? No, can't be a mailman. Mailman? Yeah, you get a high school degree. You be that. College, you be that. All right. Let's do a couple more. How about a lawyer?
No.
Lawyer?
No.
All right. So y'all get the drift of what's happening here? So as we look at it, the options available for you as you decide the decisions you make about your education, you have limited options in terms of what you're going to do for employment, for how you're going to take care of yourself. And if you decide to have a family, how are you going to take care of your family? The options for you are going to become limited. How many options you have? 2. How many options you got? 3. How many you got? How many? You got all of them. How many did we go through? You got about 6, 7? You got 8 options. So now because of these options and limited options, this is what happens. Over a lifetime, how much more money do you think a high school grad makes over his lifetime compared to a high school dropout? $300,000 more. And if you decide to go to high school, how much more money does a college grad make over the high school dropout? $1 million more. $1 million more. Just by the decision you decide to make between the ages of 15 and 22. You can decide the options, right? I'm not telling you what options you want in life, what things you want to do. You gotta decide what you want. Right. If what you want is just to stay at home and wherever the food is at, that's good for me, that's your choice, right? You can make that choice. But if you want to travel the world and do different things and go to the White House and be a community organizer and do different things that help your community, maybe you need more options. Maybe you need to be able to do more things and you need more education so you can help those who need the help, right? If you want to be that type of person. So, let's look at the life, right? Let's talk a little bit about money, because everybody knows you need money to live in this world. That's right? So my man's gonna stay with me. Rest of y'all, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna look at, you don't need anything, but we're gonna look at what it takes. Let's say you make that decision. You know what? School ain't for me, man. I can't do it. I can't learn. It just don't. The numbers don't make sense to me. I can make it on my own. I'm gonna go out there. Now, most of y'all come. You got mama and daddy at home. They gonna let you just stay at home? No. No, you're not gonna do nothing, right? They're gonna tell you that you need to get what? J-O-B, you need to get a job, you need to take care of yourself, you can't just sit around here. So you decide you're going out and you're going to do it. Say, no, I got this. I'm out of here. And I'm going to go ahead and do my thing. And so here he is, he's going home, he's going to get a job, found one, which is great. More than likely, they're going to make minimum wage. Minimum wage right now is $7.25. But let's say, you know what, he's a go-getter. And he found himself a job that makes $10 an hour, right? Okay. He's doing it. Decent job, not bad. So he's gonna make $10 an hour, $40 a week, 40 hours a week, that's how much? $1,600 a month. So I got some money for you. You got $1,600 right there. You wanna count your money? You just
count that money.
Count that money.
You better count that money.
All right. So he's got $1,600. He's fat. He's good. $1,600. All right. But he's living on his own. He's ready to conquer the world. Right? High school dropout, doing this thing. All right. So what's the first thing that happens with his money? What does he need? What happens? Before rent. Taxes. Somebody gotta get taxed. Who's my tax man? I'm a tax man. I need a tax man. Come on, a tax man comes up. Tax. You know what? We're gonna say this new regime is giving y'all a good tax rate. We're gonna say 20% tax rate. We're just gonna give it to you light. You know, better than what it is. You know, it's good. So that's $320. You gotta hit them off. $320.
That's a lot. Oh my God, that's a lot.
That's good? You happy? Okay. All right, thank you, tax man. You go ahead. You know, money, man. You got that stuff. All right. So next up, he's living on his own. He's got a place. What's he got to do for that place? He got to pay the rent. Now let's say, he's economical. He understands he's on a budget. So he decides he's going to get the cheapest spot he can get in Augusta, single bedroom, 1-bedroom apartment. How much do you think that going to cost? I looked it up. I did some searching. It's almost 500. I found you a place for $450, man. $450 out So, hey, where's my rent? Who's the business owner that owns the apartment complex? Come on up. Apartment complex owner. He owes you $450. $450. That's good, right?
Ain't he counting it? That's what I'm talking about.
All right. So you got your rent, you got a roof over your head, you pay the tax man legally, you straight.
Don't worry about eating.
You're hungry though. You're hungry. Okay. How much you think? You think you can get by on $10 a day? $10. Let's do. You can get you a good meal at $5, $10 a day. Let's say you real good. $10 a day. $10 a day. That's $300. $300. Let's say you were so frugal, you said $10 a day I can get it. So you did it. That's gonna cost you $300. Where my Kroger at? Come on, Kroger.
You got to go to Kroger for your tea. You got to go to get your wife.
Man, you're full. You got a roof over your head. You got money, man. You still got some money. You good? But you know what? You gotta cook that food. Or you need some utilities. Something you gotta see in the dark. You gotta take a shower. You need hot water. So you got some utilities. Say electricity for your apartment. You gotta. They're helping you out a little bit. Let's say $50. Let's say, where's Georgia Power at?
Come on, man.
Hold on, you're gonna be there. Hold on, wait right there, because he ain't done yet. So you gotta get to work, right? Because you made that money. You got this somehow, right? So the place around here, normally you gotta get a car. You need gas. You need insurance. So we're gonna combine all of that. Car note. Gas, insurance. That's gonna cost you about 400 bills. So just say you did good on your car. You're real frugal. $400. Wait, he ain't done with you. Not done yet. Hold on.
Get all your money. There you go, count it up.
Yeah.
Come on, Theo.
Okay, so how much you got left? About $80. $80 left. Okay, he's got $80 left. He's paid most of his major bills. He has satisfied the quota for at least kind of living. Just everyday kind of stuff you need. Now, you gotta call your buddy. You gotta know if you gotta go to work or not. You need some way to communicate. You gotta pay the cell phone bill. Hey, that's that, don't they have them, the trap phone? The trap phone, you pay for $50. You can't even break it, man. So give him 40. Give him 40. Give him 40. No, you're only 40, man. You got 40 left. Yeah, the whole thing, my fault. Yeah, you good. That's you. That's you. Good job, man. Good job. All right. He's got his cell phone. He's done all that. All he can do, all he's done so far is what? Go to work, be at home, do nothing.
He don't have
Pay bills. Now tell you, so do you want to have some fun? You want to have some fun with your life? Yeah, you want some entertainment. You want to go to the movies. You want to hang out with your friends, right? So let's say every month he's budgeted and he says, man, it's going to be $50 a month I got for just hanging out, going to the movies. You got $50? You got 40. You got 40. So wait a minute. So let's say something happens to your car. You ain't got enough money for that. How about your house? Man, boys gonna help you out. Y'all see what's happening already? So he wants to have a life, right? You want to have a life and not work all day, right? So he's working a normal hours, 40 hours a week, hoping to have a life on the weekend or whenever he's off. But because he doesn't make enough money to do the things that he wants to do to enjoy his life, what options does he have?
Get another job.
Get another job. Work more hours at the same job. Which means that he doesn't have time to enjoy life. He is now grinding every hour that he has awake just so he can kind of make it through, because things gonna happen in life. Your car gonna break down. Your health gonna have some issues. And you're gonna have to take care of them things. And oh, by the way, it's just him.
Right.
He sometimes maybe wants, like somebody said, a girlfriend, maybe a family. That was just him. And so you already see the snowball effect of the decision of dropping out, right? It's a harder life upon yourself. And so you gotta decide, are you willing, man, just to put in a little bit more time when you're 15 to 20, just so you know what? You can have more options available to you. So that you don't have to work as hard or work twice the number of hours just so you can pay the regular stuff. You want to be able to go and see Steph play, right?
Yes, sir.
You want to be able to go to the beach and just chill out and enjoy and do the things, whatever it is that you like to do, you want to be able to do those things. What's the point in living if all you're doing is grinding?
Amen.
Y'all are all bright and have the ability to choose whatever life you want. But I'm telling you, the time is now.
Right.
When you decide what that life looks like. Thank you very much.
Amen.
So, this is what I'm going to talk about.
That's all right.
So, how do you make sure that you can have that life? And the critical thing, again, is it's really in your hands. You gotta manage the time that you have right now, so that when the time comes for you to be on your own, you have all them options available. You can choose, I want to do that today. I can do something else. Oh yeah, I want to go to Atlanta, go catch the show real quick, I'll be right back. You want to be able to make those kind of decisions for yourself. And so the key is managing your time right now. And so what I got, hopefully I don't bust this up here. All right, I need, yeah, young lady, come on. Yeah. All right. So hold this empty one up if you don't mind. You know the beautiful thing God did for all of us? How much time you got in your day? 24 hours. How many hours you got in your day? 24. Anybody got less than 24? Anybody got more than 24? Man, we all are equal when it comes to time.
That's right.
Ain't nobody can say, man, you have more time than me. No, we all have the same amount of hours in a day, and it's a matter of what you choose to do with those hours. And so imagine that this bottle is 24 hours, right? 24 hours. Now you put that one down, this one a little heavier. All right. The sand in this bottle represents fun time. Let's say you decide, you know what? I'm gonna spend half my day having fun. Just playing video games all night. doing what I gotta do, talking to my friends on the phone, doing whatever I wanna do. I wanna spend half my day doing that. I'm gonna prioritize having fun. Because right now, that's what I want. I understand as a kid, I wanna have fun. Trust me, I have a lot of fun. And so fun is something all of us should want to have. We wanna have a joyous life, right?
Yes, sir.
All of us wanna have joy. All of us wanna enjoy the time that we're here. So there's nothing wrong with fun per se. But let's look at it this way. You decide you wanna have fun and prioritize it. But the next thing you gotta do, it's gonna get a little heavy, man. You good? You good? All right, so there's some other things you gotta do in life, right? Some more important things than that. So that's gonna be represented by these golf balls. And so some of those things might be spending time with your family, right? Your mom and dad want you to hang out, like we talked about. It's important that we get to know each other, support each other. And so you can't just be off on your own island. So we're gonna do that stuff.